People always believed that educational level is the key to success, and how the general public defines success depends on how much money we can earn. The level of an individual's educational background is equal to their employment income level. As we all know, it is common for a high school graduates and university graduates to have different incomes. But what if the fresh graduates from high school get more experience from their workplace and the job duty is the same as a fresh graduate from university? Do they still only deserve a low wage? Now, we will explore more about this situation and let's see whether there are other factors that increase the seriousness of this phenomenon. In general, companies nowadays prefer to hire people who are young and graduate from university. The stereotype that university students must do great in the workplace and be able to handle different job duties is wrong. For example, 90% of employers prefer to hire graduates based on real work experience, but they might first consider hiring a recent college graduate with relevant work experience, even though the graduate is not holding a degree relevant to their job requirements. This can show that people without a high education background have a low competition than others, which causes income inequality. Alex Chen is an 18-year-old man who just finished his high school study. He now works as a full-time waiter in a Japanese restaurant. This interview we conduct in Cantonese.
而家返緊 full time，所以咧就冇時間去讀書啦。一個月收入係15000蚊，都冇話好滿意嘅，因為咧中學畢業其實選擇唔多，但係就算一日都要做10個鐘嘅話，其實10000蚊我覺得有啲少。我其實都諗過去進修㗎，不過而家返緊工咧就冇時間啦，同埋如果唔返工嘅話，你都冇錢。
There are still a group of people who would like to escape from poverty by improving their education background. However, they are lacking the chance to further study. Take Alex's case as an example. After graduating from high school, he is busy earning a living and he doesn't have any time to further study. At the same time, no company would like to hire people with only a high school education level. This reflected his chance to flow up to a higher wages is very low, as he doesn't have any job opportunities and a high educational background. In Western countries, people who graduated from high school have different kinds of jobs to do, and their expected job growth is increasing as well. The sustainability does not limit in one job nature. As Hong Kong's labor force has a strong competition, even though the expected job growth is increasing, the fresh graduate may not be able to further pursue their ideal job and wages.
This is Janet Chan and she's 23 years old and she has a bachelor's degree in banking. She's currently a bank counter service officer.
My current salary is around 20,000 per month. I aim for a higher salary, yet I guess the salary of a bank counter officer who has just graduated is more or less the same. Working in the financial sector in Hong Kong is quite challenging as the competition is intense. It is hard for us to move up to a higher position as a fresh graduate. So I don't expect I could have a promotion within these few years. I hope I can get a license for being a personal finance advisor in the future. A financial advisor is my dream job. I'm also developing relationships with my clients in the bank right now, hoping to increase my job opportunities in the future.
In 2022, 17,000 candidates reached the university entry requirement. Every one of 1.3 people compete for a bachelor degree, which is less competitive than previous years. But the population of tertiary education holders has increased as well. This also increased the competitiveness of Hong Kong's labor force. Just like Janet Chen, her salary is around Hong Kong dollar 20,000, which is close to the average starting salary for graduates in the first quarter of 2022, around Hong Kong dollar 18,000. Hence, the current issue results in limited social mobility and their income level is hard to increase further.
Her name is Lily Leung and she is a 30-year-old woman. She has just finished her doctoral degree in nutrition and dietetics. Her PhD program is studied in Australia.
My salary is around 30,000. Yes, I'm satisfied with my current salary because I think my salary is higher than the average salary for the dietitian in Hong Kong. Also, I believe that my salary will increase in the future because there are many job opportunities for me. Like I can join in and find a job in hospital or clinic. Actually, I think I am a lucky person because I did not face difficulties and my parents is always supporting me. In the future, I hope that I can open a nutrition company because I think my income is high enough to support me and my own business.
It is fair for people with a high education background with comparatively high wages. This is due to the time that the individual contributed is directly proportional to their income. Take Lily Leung as an example. After she graduated from bachelor degree, she immediately started her PhD program, as her family provided her economic support to continue her further study. From the 3 interviews, the undeniable fact is that educational background is one of the major factors influencing people's income level. However, there are still many factors, such as family economic background, whether the individual is living in poverty or a comparatively wealthy family. The majority of adults with low levels of education worked a substantial amount. Their annual incomes from wages were low and grew almost not at all between 2002 and 2017. In 2017, 9.5% of women with a high school degree or less who worked at least 30 hours per week and for at least 20 weeks per year lived in households where total income from wages was below the poverty line.
After hearing from Alex, Janet, and Lily, it is safe to say that one's educational background has a big impact on their income. In an ideal world, this phenomenon of income inequality would be non-existent. Alex, who has been denied employment opportunities due to his sole high school diploma, would want the situation to be changed. He would undoubtedly benefit from this movement of change, his previous experience and life skills becoming more valuable, and he would be able to pursue better paying jobs or further his education. On the other hand, people in power like Lily may be more hesitant towards this evolution. Lily believes that higher qualifications should get more recognition for her hard work throughout her years as a master's and doctorate student, pouring her tears and time and money into attaining the most fruitful education. The journey may not seem as satisfying or worth it anymore if those who did not go through the similar struggles are able to achieve the same standing. But overall, a larger majority of the population would benefit from diminishing this inequality bridge, and current stakeholders, due to their higher qualifications, would not lose these positions. Others would just be provided with the proverbial step stool of opportunities to reach the same height, hence Lily's concern can be abated. There are several solutions that could be introduced to curb this growing gap, including and not limited to peoples in position of power, removing qualification requirements, and instead incorporating character questionnaires. People like Alex would be thwarted from applying to jobs in the first place if there was a qualification requirement or recommendation. He understands that he would have been competing against those with a superior recognized degree, and the employers would be biased against him. If this expectation was removed and instead incorporated with psychological analyses like the Character Skills Snapshot, which is a questionnaire used for applications to boarding schools in Canada, employers could better understand the potential employee as a person and not just by the certificate. Simply because one has a doctorate degree does not make them best suited to the job. The degree suggests that the graduate is hardworking and intelligent in that chosen field. The character analysis would be able to highlight one's most admirable attributes and the applicant's work experience, becoming a better standard for assessing one's suitability for the job. In summation, income inequality due to the misplaced emphasis on educational backgrounds is a prevalent and current situation that should be resolved to ensure every worker is provided with the same opportunities. This equity can be achieved through the introduction of a psychological character analysis and shifting the priority of higher education to work experience and job suitability. We would personally like to thank Alex, Janet, and Lily for their brilliant insight. Let us all work together and fight for a future where educational backgrounds are not disparaged and everyone is provided with equal opportunities within the working field.